With the decline of the Roman Empire in the 7th century, Arabs established their domination in Egypt and Persia. Due to this, direct contact between Europe and India declined. This reduced the availability of spices, calicoes, silk, and various precious stones from India that were greatly in demand. With the Red Sea trade route turning into a monopoly under Islamic rulers and land route controlled by Arabs, commodities from India could only reach European markets through Arab intermediaries. This helped Islamic rulers to earn tremendously and unopposed. But in the 15th century, four unexpected things happened. 1. The spirit of the Renaissance gripped Europe. Europeans turned eager and adventure to find the unknown. 2. Europe made great advances in the art of shipbuilding and navigation. This ignited a passion for sea voyages to Europeans. 3. The meat supply increased exponentially during this time, which called for spices for cooking as well as for preservation. And India was already famous for spices and exotic ingredients. Finally, with increased prosperity, demand for Oriental luxury goods also increased. Most of the time, silk from India topped the most desired luxurious goods. Europe laid its eyes on India and began to plan how to circumvent the Arabs to reach India. However, with the age of exploration gripping across Europe, Spain and Portugal, the two leading seafaring nations, began to compete with each other. By the late 15th century, the dispute was causing more harm to either side. This made Spain and Portugal sign the Treaty of Tordesillas on June 7, 1494 to resolve all disputes and mark the precise demarcation of their dominion. The treaty established an imaginary line in the Atlantic some 1300 miles west of the Cape Verde Islands off the west coast of Africa, where the dominion to explore the east side of the line was given to Portuguese and the rights to the western side was given to the Spain. With this demarcation, Portugal gained control over Africa, Asia, and parts of South America. This brought Portugal's dream of reaching India from a distant dream to a near possibility. Soon, in 1487, Bartolomeu Dias, a Portuguese navigator, rounded the Cape of Good Hope in Africa and sailed up the eastern coast. Even though he failed to reach India by successfully rounding the Cape of Good Hope, Dias demonstrated the possibility of a sea route to Asia via the Atlantic and Indian Oceans. 10 years later, in 1497, Vasco da Gama began his voyage following the same sea route pioneered by Dias. But unlike Dias, Gama wasn't going to stop just by reaching the Cape of Good Hope. Gama, after months of perilous voyage, reached Sultanate of Malindi in the eastern coast of Africa, and in there he found an invaluable ally, a skilled Muslim navigator who understood the Indian Ocean's treacherous monsoon winds. With his guidance, Vasco da Gama's ships set course directly towards India. Finally, after nearly 10 months at sea, on May 20, 1498, Vasco da Gama reached the shores of Calicut, the southwest coast of India, marking the decisive moment that changed the history of India once and for all.